Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a professional wardrobe stylist. She's going to teach us all why we need the style advantage. Her incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I married up. I married the great Victoria Snee from Highland Park Village, and she's a stylist, and so she always dresses me up like a little Ken doll. So if I get compliments on my outfits, it's all because of you, Victoria. But there are a lot of people out there who aren't married to a stylist, and so that's why I brought in my next guest. Elisa Ellis is in the studio. She's a wardrobe stylist and author, and my friend. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, I want to hear your journey. So you didn't start out a stylist.
No, I started out in corporate. I was in corporate for 20 plus years. I needed to leave corporate because we moved to a new area, didn't have any, community to support us. And I started working with women who were going through divorce, and they had to go back to work after 20 plus years, and they didn't know what business professional or business casual was. And it just kind of exploded from there. My girlfriend said, you should really do this and actually charge. And so I said, okay, let's try it and see what happens.
And you must love it. Like, as you're out and about, are you always kind of looking head to toe?
Absolutely. I enjoy looking at what people's outfits are. I enjoy kind of looking how people brand themselves, whether they're walking with confidence, whether they're sitting and feeling small. It all makes a difference.
It does. She has an amazing website. Let's go ahead and put the website on the screen and scroll down. You were telling me before the show that about 90% of your customers are female, but you also help men out as well.
Yes, I do. My demographic definitely changed when I moved to Dallas, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Sure. And I know you agree with this, that COVID did a number on us, and for a year or two, when everybody was working from home, the only style was sweatpants.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think some people are having trouble breaking that habit.
And you're so right. And here's the thing. Research shows that when you're wearing sweatpants versus, let's say, a suit or something more professional, you actually have lower negotiations, lower sales, and lower productivity.
Yes.
And so my big push is about showing up in things that feel authentic, are on brand, and give you confidence.
Yes, and you're a great publicist for yourself, because I was asking you before the show, how come you're on Good Morning Texas all the time? And you said, I just asked.
Yes,
so,
I did.
And you're on there all the time, literally. I had to choose from the different clips. Here's her latest appearance on GMT.
Well, if you've ever stood in front of your closet wondering what to wear to work, trust me, you are not alone. And this morning, I'm joined by wardrobe stylist Elisa Ellis to share how we can build a capsule work wardrobe and be a stylist for days. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So glad to have you. And I love that we're on the same accord
Yes.
right now. We're dressing like spring. Green blazers are in. Okay, that's your first wardrobe capsule item. I love it. Let's talk about what exactly a capsule wardrobe is.
A capsule wardrobe is a small collection of pieces. I like to think 3 tops, 3 bottoms, 3 layering pieces that are complementary colors that you can mix and match into 20, 30, even 40, 50 different outfits.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, so basically you don't have to buy the whole store, you guys, in order to make sure that you have a full wardrobe. You can do it with just a couple of pieces. So let's get into it. You actually have a few looks to show us that you styled yourself, and they include some key pieces that you actually have in your closet.
Yes.
So let's start with that first look.
So the first one is a lavender top that I got recently. I paired it with slacks, a blazer, as well as jeans, a field jacket, and basically you take one top that you can wear to work and on the weekend.
Okay.
And you can wear it multiple ways.
Gotcha. Okay, so making sure that the things that you pick are versatile.
Yes, absolutely.
Love. Okay, let's talk about our second look.
The second look is a button-down blazer, and really it's the same idea. It works whether you want to pair it with shorts, jeans, your suit.
Yeah.
And so you can have multiple different looks with one top. And so it's really picking pieces that are versatile and have the most bang for your buck in your closet.
I love this little addition of the blazer and rolling it up into rolling your shirt up into the blazer. It's the little details that matter, right?
And it makes it a little bit more casual. You can add different accessories, different shoes to change the look. I did a loafer with the field jacket to kind of make it more casual.
Let's talk about this one right here. I'm seeing this green, and then we also have this nude outfit as well.
Yes, it's a plain camel skirt, but when you pair it and have a kind of a monochromatic three-piece look, it really changes the look and makes it look more professional, or you can dress it down and make it look more casual.
Super cute. And honestly, I'm a fan of monochromatic anything.
Yes.
I feel like it's just a vibe to do all one color. And you don't have to necessarily do it all in one shade. It can be shades of
absolutely.
that color.
Yes.
Love to hear that. Okay, so how can I need you to break it down for me because I heard what you said, but I don't know how to do it. So
absolutely.
First, let's get to our final look. You had a final look, this one right here, right?
Yes, that's one dress that you can essentially wear 3 to 5 ways. It's stretchy, but you can pair it with sneakers, you can pair it with heels, you can throw a blazer over it, a cardigan. It's your perfect work to weekend dress that you can wear in multiple different ways.
There we go. Okay, so you've kind of shown us a little bit, right? You even switched the cardigan, like you said, different outfits. So basically 10 solid items, and boom, you have a capsule wardrobe.
Yes, that you can create 30, 40, 50 different outfits.
That is insane. I love to
really
hear that.
amazing.
Okay, so what are some tips to maybe keep it fresh as we come into this new season? We want to still look like we're dressing to spring specifically as it comes up, and so fresh, stylish. What are some good tips for that?
So add something, a statement, like your statement earrings, they're fabulous. Add a pop of color.
Yes.
Adding color is a great piece. Think about, spring is here, so it's really easy. That lavender top I got for less than $30, and it's just a nice spring color, and it refreshes pieces that I already have in my closet.
You know what I love to hear, because even I think a lot of the times when we talk about capsule wardrobe, they think we can only stick with those neutral colors, but like you said, adding that pop of color, you can add it to pretty much anything, and color blocking is always in.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Love. I feel like we're on the same wavelength even today with our multicolor and then the green top. Love to see that. Now, if someone wants to learn more about styling for work or even just for spring, as we are now in the season, where can they find you?
They can find me at turnkeystyle.com, and I also wrote a new book called The Style Advantage that's available on Amazon.
You know what? Green is obviously in, because if you take a closer look, her suit that she's wearing on the book is green. You know what? We are in style. Give me a little high five. I know that's right. All right, Elisa, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank
During that segment, she says, "I'm so glad I didn't wear that suit today."
Yes.
So, you are sharp, and green is kind of your theme.
Yes,
But,
absolutely.
yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the confidence that being in style brings you.
I think it makes a big difference when you put something on that you feel small in. It really closes the space between your ears and your shoulder versus putting something on that makes you feel confidence. I gave a presentation to a group of ex-military, and I said, what's the difference between your regular uniform and your dress uniform? And this one guy, 6 feet tall, he stood up and he said, it's called command presence. And I was like, yes, right? Wow, mic drop. That's what you want every day when you show up, whether it's your presentation, your clients, whatever it is, you want to show up with command presence. And there's actual research that shows, it's called enclothed cognition, that when you put something on, it changes how you feel and how you show up. And it even leads to better collaboration, leadership skills, productivity, and sales.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned your book on Channel 8. Let's go ahead and put up on the graphic a full screen look at this book. So when did you write the book?
I wrote it at the end of last year, and I published it in January.
And I like the I say what HR can't. So let's talk about corporate America and kind of the unspoken things that are happening in offices every day.
Yes. So what's happening is there is a whole generation of kids who kind of went from college to working from home in their sweats, and now they're working in offices, law firms, financial firms, insurance firms, you name it. I've seen it. And there's no one there. They missed a step. There's no one there to mentor them and tell them what they missed out on, what they're supposed to wear. And HR doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. They don't want to discriminate against anyone. They don't want to be the mean guy, so to speak.
Sure.
And so the guidelines aren't very clear. So people, as humans, we choose the lowest common denominator. So I hear from managers that are saying, I want to take my team out. I want them to grow with the company, but they're wearing sweatshirts and sweats and sneakers to work. So I say what HR can. I come in and do presentations that talk about how what you wear and showing up authentically on brand and with confidence can change your leadership skills, your collaboration, your sales, all the things that matter when you want to grow with a company.
I think companies should just buy your book by the box full and hand it out to
That would be
employers.
fantastic.
Let's talk about your favorite success story. So share with us like a person whose life you really changed.
Sure. I recently worked with a client who was going through a huge transition. She was really kind of feeling frumpy. I mean, this happens with men and women, needed kind of a pick-me-up. And we talked about, what are your brand colors? Do you like your brand colors? Because she's running a really big, successful business. She's like, what do you mean my brand colors? I said, you want to be top of mind. You want to be showing up on brand. Your brand never sleeps as a business owner. You know this. And it's from the time you walk out in the morning to the time you go home at night. It's not necessarily your LinkedIn profile picture, your corporate headshot. It's how you're showing up in the world every day. So what does your life and lifestyle look like? And how can you have clothes that fit that life and lifestyle that give you confidence? And she now raves about me. I just came from a lunch yesterday and she said, oh, so-and-so was raving about you. And she said it was a game changer in her business and how she feels every day. And you worked wonders and it's fabulous. And that's really what you love to hear is people saying nice things, fabulous things about you when you're not in the room.
Okay, in the final 2 minutes, let's talk about your coaching style, because I know there's people watching this right now who, I don't want her to come and beat me up. And so how do you like lovingly coach them into
Sure. Absolutely. I really have a process where I want input from the client. I really want them to tell me, what does your life look like? Do you have kids? Are you caregiving for parents right now? Are you going to the office 5 days a week or only 3 days a week? And how can we have clothes that fit your life and your lifestyle? And everybody wants to be comfortable. I really want to be comfortable. Okay, the great thing is there's a lot of fabrics now that are stretchy, breathable. And so each person is a little different. And it's about how I can customize and personalize your style, your brand, and how you can show up authentically so you have confidence every day.
Wow. Drop the mic. You've been a great guest. We're going to end with her website so you can get in touch with her for all your coaching needs or speaking needs. TurnKeyStyle.com is the website. The great Elisa Ellis. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.